1992's Mecca and the Soul Brother, considered by many to be a classic, and 1994's The Main Ingredient. Both albums were released to wide critical acclaim, cementing their positions as classics in hip-hop history. Soon after The Main Ingredient, the duo went their separate ways. While working with DJ Marley Marl on Hot 97's Future Flavor show in the late 90s, Pete Rock was able to forge a relationship with Loud Records, allowing him to release his solo album, Soul Survivor, in the summer of 1998. Pete Rock continued to release solo albums, including Peachstrumentals in 2001 and Soul Survivor 2 in May of 2004, which earned Pete Rock a nomination for the Source Awards Independent Album of the Year category. Now, presently, Pete Rock continues his production work and has amassed an impressive list of collaborators, which include Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Nas, The Roots, Common, Kanye West, Jay Dilla, Notorious B.I.G., Madonna, Will Smith, De La Soul, Mary J. Blige, Monica, Run DMC, and more. The Auditorium Volume 1, a Common and Pete Rock collaborative work, is slated for release, but y'all know it was released, and did y'all get it? Did y'all feel it? Okay, because that album right there, that gave a feeling of nostalgia. So I want you to welcome the Chocolate Boy Wonder, okay, to the stage. Put your hands together for Pete Rock. Woo! He's been all over the world repping 914, and today, Dr. Monell is going to go deep into the crates and into the mind of Pete Rock.
Welcome, 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 Pete Rock to Ram Country, Winston-Salem State University. Let's show them that love, y'all.
What's up, Winston-Salem in the house?
Recognize a NY legend right here. So we kind of joked earlier. He's uptown, I'm Brooklyn, but nonetheless, hip hop is all love. So we want to welcome you once again. We had a panel discussion previously, and some of the panelists, we were covering a lot of items in reference to hip hop, the evolution. And with you particularly, one of the discussions that oftentimes comes up with just, newer generation, I'm next, older generation, whatever, is how OGs like yourself who were influential in the early parts of hip hop and kind of where we're at today. And, for you, how have you taken advantage of kind of mentoring the next generation? How have they blessed you with your music and your producing and stuff like that?
Well, I do things like that through my music, you know what I'm saying? When I'm making beats, that's how I connect to the younger generation, because I'm a listener. I'm a definite listener of everything that's going on around me. So I kind of adapt to my, environment, so to speak, and, mix it with what I do in the studio and how I make music. And the combination kind of worked, What I'm doing now is working. So I'm very grateful for that.
Right, no doubt. And it's interesting, we're talking about the decades of it. I was born when hip hop was born, so I'm like, for me, this has always been dope to see the evolution of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And for you, clearly one of the premier, producers out here in these streets.
Thank you.
For you, let's assume somebody doesn't know who Pete Rock is, right? So what would be like some tracks that you would kind of guide them to really kind of encapsulate like who Pete Rock is, and maybe who he began, like how he started out and where he evolved to?
I would suggest, if no one doesn't know who I am, these 3 songs: The World Is Yours, Down with the King, and They Reminisce Over You. Like, those are 3 of my signature songs.
So The World Is Yours, clearly, for many of us, my generation specifically.
Yes.
And that joint was rocking. It's still rocking, B.
Yes.
Staged in rotation.
Yes.
So SK, if you could you drop the creator for me real quick. Little creator. We're gonna talk a little bit about the creator, man.
Okay. When I did the creator, it was a Grand Poobah influence, and we had a thing going because he wanted to experiment with how I would sound rapping over a beat. So he wrote the creator. And he's like, yo, you think you could recite these rhymes? And I started, looking at it and, playing the beat over and over and practicing how the flow goes. Then he did a reference so I could follow. And then once I got the rhymes down pat, I was young, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, ghostwriting didn't mean anything to me. I was just like, let me try something. And so, and then it was funny because he was like, at first I was like, nah, I don't think I want to rap. And then he was like, if you don't rap, these two of my homies gonna beat you up. And so, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can do this. Shout out to Grand Poobah.
Yeah, they go. Big ups to Grand Poobah. Big ups to Grand Poobah. Well, thankfully that worked out, right?
Yes, it worked out.
Talk about peer pressure, man.
Became one of the hottest records in New York. I had no clue it would do what it did.
So for those who may not know what that is, SK, let them hear a little something.